Hey y'all, thank you for joining me for your energy reading. This reading will be for the Cancer Collective. Welcome all my new viewers and all my returning viewers. Welcome back. My name is Keita and I'm so excited to be bringing forth this message for y'all, as I didn't know that I would have time to, but it looks like I do. I was gonna say does. It looked like I does, and I'm going to be bringing forth a message from the Quantum Oracle as the tarot, and clarifying to get you some self-care messages, as well as I'm going to be using the True Love oracle cards, and then I'm going to use bibliomancy to get you all a crystal prescription. You all, season is coming up, and I had a vision when I was meditating last night of like some electric blue light, and it looked like some kind of like sacred geometry, but it had claws like a crab. And cancers, just saw 111, are very much symbolized by the crab. And so I'm led to believe that there's a lot of healing, a lot of important conversations that are going to take place, and just a lot of that, like this Cancer energy, this Cancer season is going to be potent. We literally got a few months, a month or two before you all season. So yeah, whatever message comes up in this reading, don't be surprised if it resonates more for you during Cancer season, which starts in July. Oh no, that's Leo. That starts in July. In June's gonna be June into July is gonna be significant. So yeah, June 20th, 19th, 20th to July 19th, 20th, 21st, around that time. But I'm going to get some messages from the Quantum Oracle. It was so funny because while I was meditating and I was in like that realm of just like not being here, but also not being fully in a dream state, I was like, Lord, are those crab claws? I was like, oh, I ain't had a good crab leg in a minute, yo. Like, I be literally having intrusive, random ass thoughts like that while I'm in a meditative state. And I know I ain't the only one. I'm probably just one of the few to admit it, because I'm goofy like that. But let's see, Spirit, clear. Please use me as a vessel of love and light to bring forth the best message for the highest good of the Cancer Collective at this time. What message would you have me to bring forward with clarity and resonance with the Cancer Collective? Commitment, represented by the Three of Events. Oh boy, here's signing the contract, honey. So something is being set in stone, so to speak. And I say so to speak because I am very much familiar with the contract world, as prior to, or even in the beginning of my awakening, I worked in the grants and contracts research administration field. And so I know that even contracts can be changed, they can be negotiated, they can be amended, right? But we're talking about the initial contract or commitment to something coming forward, possibly from a masculine energy who's happy to do it. He like, sign on the dotted line, shit, okay, where give me a pen. He happy about it. So we're gonna see what else is coming forward here. At the top of the deck, you have behind the mask. So this is somebody that ain't being their authentic self, not living in their truth. Possibly even a masculine energy that you're not aware of, or you're the masculine energy that somebody's not aware of the commitment that you want to make, or how you want to negotiate something new with them. But you have the Three of Intention with behind a mask. And this being an intention card, that means that you have to be very mindful of your intentions. So this being at the top, somebody is in this state or coming out of it where their intention was to be, just off 511, deceptive. But they had to master how that was causing conflict and chaos in their life. When you put that fake ass energy out there and you're not honoring your truth and your authentic self and showing the world who you really are, speaking your truth and living in your truth, then you attract more fake shit to you, right? Because that's what you put out there. That's the end. That's what you've manifested. But somebody is ready to take that mask off and step forward, more committed to authenticity, happiness, joy. This man, he has a smile on his face that says he's confident about what it is that he's committing to. So that's beautiful. And what he's committing to at the bottom of the deck is what brings him more peace, with the 2 of intention. So you got the 3 of events. So that's something that's an event that's taking place with this commitment. You got the 2 of intention with behind a mask. I mean, the 3 of intention with behind a mask. And with those 2 3s, we know that this person is aligning. 3s representing aligning. Body, mind, body, and soul. No longer living one way and believing something else, or believing something and living in a way that does not align with your life purpose or your highest good. This person is getting in alignment. They dotting their I's and crossing their T's to make sure that the intention that they've set for themselves brings them peace. And then you got the 2 of intention. So this tells me this is possibly about a peaceful connection of some sort, especially with this commitment. So this commitment could be a verbal contract. It could be a marriage, because that's a legally binding contract. It could be a professional contract, but whatever it is, somebody is committing to something different. They jump a ship. And whatever ship they was on was one that was conducive to them being fake and phony and inauthentic and not their true self. They weren't really being honest about how they really felt about the situation, so they were showing up in a mask. With the 2 of intention, though, you got the 2 of intention at the bottom of the deck and then the 3 of intention at the top of the deck. This is like taking a step back towards your peace instead of necessarily a step forward. So this is kind of giving me a 6 of Cups reuniting, and it feels so good type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because instead of a progression, so to speak, that's more of a digression. So this could be somebody from your past, or that brings up some kind of nostalgic memories of some sort, going from the 3 of intention to the 2. But what you can see here is that this person is going from wearing this mask, hand on their hips. It's kind of giving like a stubborn posture to free, above the clouds, closer to God. You got the orbs, these light orbs here, which are symbolic of the ancestors and spirit guides, blessing this peace being a gift from them of some sort. You got a hot air balloon off in the distance. As a matter of fact, you got a couple. So you way up there, even over the mountain. So you've overcome obstacles and able to see them from a higher perspective. And her back is turned to us, which always says to me, somebody is giving somebody their ass to kiss. Like turning your back to the bullshit, turning your back to the fake version of yourself and everybody that required that of you or supported that energy within you, like moving forward in a more peaceful, graceful way toward what brings you peace. And then you got 2 swans. And I don't know why my phone keep lighting up like this. Oh, it ain't charging, that's why. It's a shortage. It ain't even a shortage in the charger. It's something going on with my phone. And I need it to be charged because I'm trying to go to the gym. And I need that job full when I get there so I can listen to my trap music, right? Because they definitely don't be playing it at the gym. I don't know why they think somebody can get their workout on to goddamn country music. Like, nothing against the country music. I like music of all genres, but that just don't be getting it for me in the gym. It's time and place for everything, and that ain't it. Not even the Beyonce country music. I need my killer, drug dealer, stripper, scammer music, child, for the gym. But you got these two swans, which represent the beauty of two individuals, seeing the beauty in one another and connecting in that way. I have a book that talks in depth about swan symbolism, but I don't have it with me. So if I remember, I'm gonna put it on the description board. But yeah, y'all, somebody moving toward their peace and they ready to commit to it, whatever that looks like. They tired of wearing this mask, so they ready to snatch that shit off. And one thing I'm noticing too in this card is how this woman with this mask on her face, she's like drenched in light, and there's a whole bunch of stars behind her. She's not facing it because it's like she's wearing that mask and trying to ignore it, but this light is overpowering her. She can't. The light too bright. Her light is too bright. The light of her ancestors and spirit guides is too bright. She can no longer ignore that which is right in front of her. And so she's having to take that mask off and live in her truth. Now, this does not have to be a feminine energy. Just take it how it resonates. I am going to clarify this with the True Love reading cards. And then I'm going to get y'all some self-care cards. Y'all excuse me. I made some green tea with some ginger. And some agave. And I want to make sure to drink it before it get cold. So let's see. I was led to pull these from these True Love reader cards for God damn it. Yo. There go the swans. Love. There's so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you'll look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name. Come on! From then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change with love. Attract and create the love you desire. That's the commitment that he's ready to take, that he's ready to make, to align with, to therefore attract and create the love that he desires. And this being the 3 of intention to the 2 of intention, his intention is to commit to that which he brings him peace with someone who is already, or something that he's already experienced. That's why you know it brings him peace. So that's that stepping back in some way. Y'all, this is beautiful. Swan symbology may be huge for y'all. So if you're seeing swan imagery, that is a sign from your spirit guides that this message very much resonates for you, and that this situation is unfolding for you. So at the top of, oh no, I didn't even shuffle these. I got caught up in seeing them 2 swans on the card box. Oh, where is that book that has the swan symbology? Spirit, please clarify this message for the Cancer collective at this time. Many nights I've cried for you, wanting you. They're right on top of behind the mask, because that's exactly what this person, how they was feeling when they were pretending to be happy elsewhere. Intimacy. Longing for your intimacy. This is somebody who acts like they don't want to be bothered, or acts like they don't appreciate your intimacy the way that they actually do. I can't make this shit up, y'all. Intimacy fell face down on top of behind a mask. Because one thing for certain and two things for sure, you have to have reached a certain level of comfort within yourself to achieve intimacy with others or another. But you also have to have a particular connection with others in order to be vulnerable and enjoy intimate moments. And you got these two people here both laying there feeling safe with each other, and they not even having sex. They just enjoying time in the tub with some flowers and some candles and blocking out the world. Hell, they damn near done blocked each other out physically, and they're just spirit to spirit, body to body. You know what I'm saying? That is beautiful. But this is something that this person has been hiding their appreciation for the value that they have, for how much they enjoy you all's intimacy. And see, you can't have intimacy with somebody that you like this with somebody who you done already, I mean, you ain't met yet. This is somebody, I mean, you can't have intimacy like this with somebody you ain't met yet and then be acting like it's nothing, or have a mask on and not presenting how you truly feel about it. This got to be somebody that you already connected with in an intimate way in order to be wearing a mask about how you truly feel about it. And don't they look at peace? I told you, this is somebody who's already experienced this peace and they want some more. So at the top of the deck, you got the garden. So you got this from the garden to soulmates. And with the garden, this speaks of that feminine energy of taking care of yourself, being the garden, cultivating. I'm trying not to cross that line of the gardener, because there's the garden and then there's the gardener. I'm gonna read the message for the garden, but going from the garden to soulmates, two butterflies, two transformed individuals aligned, enjoying one another's energy, company, intimacy, peace amongst one another. And you got all these hearts and stars and light emanating from them, and that's coming from, is that a seashell? Yep. So you got this soulmate energy where somebody has found their peace. So you're their peace, or they're your peace. Somebody is somebody's peace. But this can only come when somebody has found peace within themselves and is willing to do what it takes to create this peace in their life, which is commit in some kind of way. They gotta make some kind of commitment. Commitment don't have to look how the world tells you commitment should look. Commitment is between these two motherfuckers right here, whatever they look like, what they agree on, verbally, emotionally. Put it on paper, go down to the justice of the peace, or do it in front of a church full of people. But whatever it is, when you make that energetic contract with one another, it's binding until you all decide to negotiate, amend. I feel like commitments, and that's why I agree with like vow renewals and shit like that, because as time goes on and individuals expand and grow, that shit needs to be revisited. I might not want what I wanted back then. I might not want you to vow to do such and such and so and be such and such and so and so. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the prayer is that we grow together, but sometimes people grow apart, and that is okay. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. What they say in them vows, till death do us part. Death meaning transformation. So should you transform into somebody I don't like, I no longer align with, don't want to be with, or I transform in that way, listen, I'm not trying to hold you hostage, okay? Live your best life, because it's apparently at this point we're meant to go our separate ways. But for right now, these are two people who are soulmates and meant to enjoy peace amongst one another. I want to read intimacy and the garden. But because I know I'm going to read the crystal prescription, I'm just going to read the garden. So the garden says, honor yourself as the beautiful person you are, trusting in life as it is. The garden is lush and fertile when she is healthy, barren, and forbidding when she is neglected. She ebbs and flows with the seasons, is still when she needs to be, and full of color, life, and nourishment when the timing is right. She bursts with fruit and flowers and attracts all good things to her. Animals and people come to marvel at her beauty, enjoy her cool shade, inhale her fragrance, and restore themselves. In a world where we are constantly under pressure to be active, the idea of being the garden rather than the gardener can seem far too passive. In this context, however, to be passive means to be peaceful and in a state of trust. Trusting that all you need is available to you without having to hunt it down. One thing I have been experiencing a lot lately is meeting women who are in their hunter masculine energy. They are pursuing men. They are basically male identified and govern their lives according to having a man, wanting a man, what some man said they better do. Like, and I get it. I've been that girl. I promise I have. I almost like married the wrong person for that very reason. But now that I've been delivered, I am the garden, baby. I am that lush, fertile ground. I am that nourishment that's full of color. I am that one that attracts and does not chase. I am that one that if I can't help you, I damn sure ain't trying to hurt you. I just want to be, enjoy peace. And therefore, I'm going to be peace. And if at any point I'm not peaceful, head's gonna roll. When that wild woman archetype come out, everybody get the fuck out of my way. You know what I'm saying? But I am the garden where you can find lush fruits and vegetables to nourish your soul. However, there are so many feminine energies who don't value themselves in this way and wonder why the masculines don't value them in their way and don't show up as the gardener in their lives, because you being the damn gardener and they not even being the garden and you being the gardener. But when two soulmates align that are of a higher operate at a higher frequency, the female energy shows up as the garden, the masculine shows up as the gardener. And then as they evolve and grow, they show up as that for one another because they have balanced masculine and feminine energy. So sometimes the feminine can show up in the masculine's life as the gardener, but you don't go tending to no man's garden and he don't even know he a garden. He ain't tapped into that energy himself. That's why I'm always promoting men taking care of themselves, resting, self-care, self-love, tapping into your emotions and being in your feminine energy, because that's how a masculine becomes the garden, that peaceful place, a safe place to land, opening themselves up to be vulnerable and opening and becoming more comfortable with intimacy. But that's something that society has not promoted amongst men because that's gay. That's gay, that's soft, that he got some sugar in his tank and all that other dumbass shit that has been perpetuated from generation to generation. But when we know better, we do better. And as women, when we know better, we are the garden, ladies. And the masculines are the gardeners. That is their dominant energy. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna finish reading this and I'm gonna read the gardener so we could be clear on what that looks like. So it says, modern women will wonder how long they need to wait for a suitable gardener to come along, while modern men may feel that they already have enough to do without having to nurture the feminine in their lives as well. The truth is that we all have an inner garden and gardener, and true abundance develops in your life when you maintain a healthy balance between the two. That is the balance of yin and yang. That is the balance of masculine and feminine energy. And a man can only properly care for you when he is tapped into his own feminine energy to care for himself. A woman can only properly care for a man when she has tapped into her masculine energy, her divine masculine energy, and has been able to protect and provide for herself in some way. So it says you have drawn this card today because your inner garden is in need of some attention. Be sure to reconnect yourself to the feminine cycles of nature by spending time in an actual garden and tuning into the vibration of the season by enjoying a healthy meal made only from fruits and vegetables that are in season. Filling a vase with fresh flowers, or by spending time outside where you will be exposed to the climate and environment. Consider the blessings and bounty you have to share with those you love. Honor your own inner cycles and see yourself once more as the beautiful person you are. Now, I know I ain't got to fuss too much, because in order for this garden energy to have come out, and it's at the top of the deck, some feminine is already in their garden energy. And it is leading you to your soulmate. Somebody wanted to make a commitment to you because you've done that work to be in your garden energy, and you ain't budging. You hold your boundaries, you know your value, you know your worth, and you bring peace, comfort, healing to the table. I love that for y'all. I'm gonna read the message of the gardener, which hell should be the next page. I need to find that card because I want to show it to you while I read it so y'all can see him putting in the work. And what I noticed just the other day from going through this deck was something that I've had this deck for years that I've never noticed before, which is all of the feminine energy that is showing up in the gardener's garden. And that really spoke to me. Here he go. There go bang. So let me make sure I keep this up right. The gardener. This is the garden's counterpart. That person who tends to the garden. And she feeds the gardener. So they working hand in hand, right? Life cycle in full force. But you got the gardener here, and I never noticed all these images. Hold on, let me save my page. Of feminine energy. This tree stump here with the branch, that's feminine energy there. Feminine there, feminine there. Got feminine energies all off in the flower buds. Let's see, is it another one I'm missing? No. Yeah, the middle of this flower here, that's a feminine space. So there's feminine energy all around. And instead of being on some, these hoes ain't shit. These bitches ain't good for nothing but laying up with, and you know what I'm saying, not appreciating feminine energy, coming forward, not coming forward with toxic mother wounds and projecting that onto the women in your life and around you, and just mad because the old girl didn't want to go with you in 5th grade and still holding on to your 8th grade heartbreak and all of that. This is a man who appreciates feminine energy so much so that he's doing the work to cultivate it. He's putting his muscle and his manpower, his time and his resources into cultivating it, because he is a gardener, one who appreciates feminine energy. So the book says that the gardener nurtures the seeds of love within you and helps them to grow. The gardener benefits throughout his life by learning how to nurture feminine energies in his world. He builds up the garden bed, shapes the garden, puts up fences and trellises, and turns the soil. He plants the seeds that the feminine gave him initially and protects them while they grow. That is what the divine means by being a provider and a protector. It's more to being a provider and a protector than paying some bills and telling a woman what she should and should not do, or what she better and bet not do. That is slavery. That is slavery. Give them a little porridge, some chitlins, some hog mounds, and work the shit out of them. And don't let them be free. They gotta do what you say, do how you say, do it when you say do it. Well, damn, massa, y'all signing up for and aligning with these predated. The shit was never ordained by God. It's never divine approved, but it has been the way of this world for so long to aspire to be in these dynamics and these constructs and these marriages and these relationship dynamics where the man is a slave to the work, to capitalism in a way, or the work world, or corporate culture, or just a slave to his job and money, hoes, and clothes. And then the woman is a slave to hell, the man. And it maybe even capitalism, because for many they slaves to capitalism to make up for a lack of self-love or trying to impress the man. Y'all, that is, God did not intend for us to live that way. And God is love, and so that is not love. That is capitalism, that is dogma, that is hell. You know, we had this conversation in one of the readings about the devil and how the devil is a construct and not like some overseer of this fiery pit below the ground. That's hell. But if you want to create heaven on earth, the garden and the you got to be the gardener. You cannot create heaven and peace for yourself on earth and think you're going to continue to undermine and undervalue feminine energy. And you got to start with the feminine energy with you, and then that's got to show with the feminine energies around you. For those masculines who have daughters, girlfriends, wives, whatever the case, better straighten up, better tighten up, because you're going to forever live in hell until you honor the feminine. So it says, sometimes he has to work hard so that when harvest time comes, he can enjoy the full bounty of his reward. He learns how to be in harmony with her seasons and thereby profits from her beauty and abundance, while she benefits from his strength and diligence. The gardener finds a certain kind of inner peace. There's that peace again. With all aspects of his garden, because it keeps him connected to the great feminine cycles of nature and Mother Earth. In nature, you cannot rush or force things. You cannot have fruit from your tree without planting the seeds first and tending it patiently. You have drawn this card today so you may bring your attention to the work of your inner and outer gardener. It is time to consider what areas of your life need some weeding, planting, fertilizing, and other forms of constructive attention. When the gardener calls, it means that some planning is required, followed by action taken with a willingness to work towards your goals realistically so that you may achieve them. Call on your inner gardener to help you nurture and cultivate the seeds that are ready to take root and sprout in your life. There's some big change coming forward. For many of you, it is starting or going to really sprout in Cancer season. And with this behind the mask, I wouldn't be surprised if it's already starting, but it's like behind the scenes, some shit that's not on your radar. You don't know what your other person is working on or got going on internally that is making this helping this shift to ground. This is grounded energy, so you're going to start to see it in your 3D reality instead of self-care, because with that gardening message, you really got some self-care messages that came forward. I'm just going to get y'all a crystal prescription so that in the event that you want to align with or work with the crystal energy to support you. If this resonates with you, you know which one you should be working with. So Spirit, what crystal does the Cancer Collective need to work with at this time? Epidote. It says the release of negativity, embracing positive patterns, and an attraction of what one emanates. That's that garden energy, magnetizing, attracting. It says epidote is a stone which tends to bring one more of what one already has in accordance with one's highest good. For example, if one is filled with love and generosity, working with epidote will bring more of these traits into one's life, both within the self and coming to one from others. If, on the other hand, one is filled with negative thoughts, jealousy, and intolerance, epidote will greatly increase the supply of those. Then we talked about how you manifest more of what you show up as or what is within you. And either situation is helpful. The first case is obvious, but it is also true in the second instance. If one becomes inundated with negativity within and without, it soon becomes unbearable or at least unavoidably visible, and one is nudged forcefully into change. Listen, if you are not proactive about, or this person, whoever this is resonating with or speaking to, is not proactive about the change that needs to take place and shifting their energy into a more peaceful and loving energy, what's going to happen is you're going to attract more of that type of energy into your environment, and it's going to fuck with you to the point where it's unbearable, and you're going to be forced to make some change. You're going to be forced to run back to whatever or whomever you find peace in, because it's going to be so unpeaceful where you are doing whatever it is that you're doing and that you refuse to stop doing, or being whomever it is that you refuse to stop being. So it says this sort of dynamic happens frequently in the outer world, even without the help of epidote. In politics, if a single ideology wins overwhelmingly, it frequently goes too far in exercising its power, and sooner or later the outraged populace throws the bombs out. In regard to one's less desirable traits, epidote might say, exaggeration leads to reform, while its motto regarding one's benevolent qualities might be, value or virtue brings its own rewards. The stone, of course, simply functions vibrationally as a kind of magnet, amplifying one's natural attraction for things and situations. The garden. And in order to be the gardener, you have to shift your mind into this gratitude, which is the card underneath peace. Find gratitude in what brings you peace instead of allowing fear to keep you in what brings chaos, conflict, discord, and discomfort. So you have to cultivate that embodiment. That virtue brings its own rewards. What they say about a man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and being a Psalms 31 virtuous woman, knowing that with whatever flaws it comes with, virtue brings its own reward. When it comes to choosing, which is the message of the Lover's card, between vice and virtue, know that vice gonna come with what vice come with, and virtue is gonna come with its own fruits, its own vegetables, its own scenery, its own fresh air. It's going to come with its own peace, its own rewards, its own beauty. Virtue brings its own rewards. Let's see. Spiritually, epidote teaches one to raise the vibration of one's thoughts, words, and actions so one's physical reality can be transformed. That's that garden work. That's that work for the gardener. To raise their vibration of their thoughts, words, and actions so that their physical reality can be transformed. It lovingly reveals where one is holding negative patterns or willfully indulging in negativity as a way to protect oneself emotionally. that not being intimate and vulnerable. It can assist in raising the frequency of denser matter to more enlightened levels. Emotionally, epidote assists in releasing patterns of negativity from the emotional body. It can help those who habitually use judgment, sarcasm, wit, or other expressions of negativity to raise the energy of their emotional bodies to more positive, enlightened levels. So a lot of us hide our pain, our abandonment wounds, our low esteem and self-worth behind being judgmental of others and being sarcastic and telling dark, unflattering jokes or our wits. And so this energy is calling us out like, nah, you can no longer hide behind that, behind the mask. Let that true vulnerable self show. Because that is your God-like energy. God ain't in that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm one who believes God is the light and the dark. But see, that other shit comes to serve you and help you get uncomfortable with what it aligns with and the karma that comes from it, so that you can shine your light, so that you can get more comfortable with your light. It's there to push you out of your comfort zone where you've grown comfort in dysfunction and low vibrational energy and showing up as less than yourself, showing up as a sheep when you are a wolf. So it says, where did I leave off? Or other expressions of negativity to raise the energy of their emotional bodies to more positive, enlightened levels. It helps one overcome hopelessness and depressed emotional states and lends one a sense of optimism. The affirmation for epidote is, I release my negative habits and embrace the positive, knowing that I reap what I sow. I absolutely love this. Just saw 4141 because two people are getting in alignment as the gardener and the garden, and it's going to bring forth major change for these two soulmates that are coming together in due time, in divine timing, and they're going to bring each other peace. No longer thriving from or operating based off of trauma that you've experienced or survival mind state, poverty and lack mind state, but operating in abundance with one another, intimate, open, vulnerable, and enjoying one another from a place of gratitude and not obligation, committing. I love this for y'all. So get y'all some epidote. There may be a frequency on these internets, on YouTube, that you can listen to help you benefit from the frequency of epidote. I hope the message found you well. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty.com. You can also connect with me for a spiritual consultation or a sound bath. Well, yeah, with that being said, y'all, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and peace.